So you're a bit disappointed I didn't talk about HMV. Say less, I got you. Before I get started though, make sure you hit that plus button for more business facts. And if you check out my YouTube channel, make sure to subscribe, helps me out and it's free. So let's break down HMV's logo. You see a dog and a gramophone. For kids on this app, you might be thinking, what's a gramophone? A gramophone is a record player. So a gramophone was for the mechanical recording of sound and also the reproduction of those sounds. And actually, here's some history about this logo. So this logo is actually off an art piece of Francis Barraud, who made a piece called His Master's Voice, because the dog was listening to the gramophone because it was listening to his master's voice. Very creative, and HMV took that design, didn't say stole it, took the design for the logo for the inspiration of it, which is what you can see right here, right there. Okay, so let's look at the history of HMV. So HMV was founded in 1921 with its landmark store on Oxford Street, as you can see right there. So the first store on Oxford Street was opened up by this guy, Sir Edward Elgar, who was a composer and conductor, and he opened it 100 years ago on July 20th. So HMV has survived 100 years. Let's go back to the logo for a second and look at the painting for 1 second, just 1 second. That dog was called Nipper. Nipper. That's a perfect name for a dog if I ever had one. I'm jumping about in the timeline, but that's absolutely fine. In 1998, Waterstones was part of the HMV empire, but it was sold off in 2011 when HMV first started to have trouble with selling its product. As you can imagine, the arrival of Spotify and all these other streaming companies completely destroyed the HMV model, which is why you probably don't see a lot of those HMV buildings anymore. Ooh, pitch time. I'm pitching against business facts to combine both business facts about HMV and also how HMV could properly expand their business model. So here's an idea. So we know HMV used to be a dominant player in the music scene until Spotify and all the other streaming companies came along and sort of ate its lunch. HMV does currently have music festivals, which kind of makes sense. It's a different vertical within the music industry. And if you go into their stores, you see they have a bit of gaming, you know, they sell posters and different sort of trinkets. It makes sense to me if HMV launched its own streaming service, which would compete against Apple Music, Spotify and all these other streaming platforms. Again, it will cost a lot of money to do so, but I think with their brand, they could trade off that brand and make sure they have reoccurring revenue or bundle packages to ensure that people subscribe to their services. You would also think you'd move into the gaming because gaming is huge, way bigger than the other verticals in entertainment such as music, films and other things. So I'd imagine HMV could eventually have gaming festivals and probably should jump on that before anyone else does, because you can imagine gaming is going to be gigantic for HMV.